Alright guys, welcome back to another edition of my music pickups. I have a lot of CDs to go through. Like, it's been a while since my last video. But I have a lot of CDs to go through. Anyways, first we have No Doubt, not Tragic Kingdom, the singles 1992 to 2003. I should mention all these, or most of these CDs were used. I got them at a pawn shop. But this is just a collection of all their singles, mainly. Most of their singles, anyway. They cover their career pretty well, although some of the deep cuts on Tragic Kingdom I do prefer over many of these songs. But still, pretty decent compilation, I guess. Next we have Stone Temple Pilots' Core. I believe it's their first album, I'm not entirely sure. But there's some good songs, Dead and Bloated, Sex Type Thing, Creep, and of course Plush, which is just probably my favorite song by the band. Next, Red Hot Chili Peppers' One Hot Minute. I believe this is their only album with Dave Navarro, who is most famous for being in Jane's Addiction as the guitarist. He's a really good guitarist. I don't know like any songs off this except for My Friends, which was, I believe, the main single. So I'll have to give that a listen. It's hard to find time to listen to all these CDs because, like, I don't know, I buy a lot of CDs. Next we have Eagles of Death Metal, Hard On. I picked this up mainly because of the track Wanna Be in LA, which I heard from Guitar Hero 5. I really enjoy that song. And of course, Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age is, I guess, in this band. I think he plays drums or something, but he also produced, recorded, mixed, and engineered this album. So, if it's anything like Queens of the Stone Age, I'll probably enjoy it. Next, Richard Thompson, Mirror Blue. I picked this up mainly because of the track The Way That It Shows, which I heard in Rock Band as DLC. It's a really incredible song. It's like kind of slow for the first 2 minutes, and the last like 3 or 4 minutes is like one big guitar solo. It's just a really amazing song. And the rest of the album isn't that bad either, to be honest. I don't really know much about this guy, but I know that he's a pretty highly decorated songwriter, I guess the term. Next, Puddle of Mud, Come Clean. A lot of people hate this band, to be honest. They are kind of shit, but the song Blurry is just a really good song, I think. That's like the only song that I really like off this album. I gave the rest of it a try. There's the other singles, Control and She Hates Me, which are kind of blah. And the rest of the album's kind of unmemorable, but whatever. It was like $3, I think. Next, Interpol, Turn on the Bright Lights. Don't know much about this band. The only tracks I know are Obstacle 1 and PDA from Guitar Hero and Rock Band, respectively. But every track I've heard from this band, like, I've liked. I just haven't looked into their stuff, so this could be an interesting listen. Next, this is a fairly new release, All That Remains, The Order of Things. I'm not really a fan of this band. I'm not even sure why I bought this album. There's not a single track I enjoy. It's basically, well, it's basically watered down metalcore. This band used to be straight metalcore. Now they're kind of just doing a lot of clean vocal stuff. I'm not really a fan of this album, but whatever. I do have a bunch of, actually I have 2 other All That Remains albums. The Fall of Ideals and Overcome. Overcome is probably my favorite album. But anyways, next we have Space Hog, Resident Alien. Pretty underrated album. This album's actually pretty decent. These guys, I guess, are a one-hit wonder, known for the song In the Meantime, which is a pretty good song. But there's some other pretty interesting songs on here. Space is the Place definitely sticks out as a pretty funny and quirky song. Next, Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine. I already have this album, but it's the remastered version. This is the original version, and this was used, obviously. The sticker there, $5. These damn stickers annoy me. Like, I tried to peel them off, but this one wouldn't come off, so I just left it there. But anyways, this is a pretty decent album, I guess. Not my favorite Nine Inch Nails album. That would probably be the Downward Spiral, but that's pretty decent, I guess. Next, Smashing Pumpkins, Gish, or Jish, however you want to say that. This is their first album. This was used, obviously, kind of old looking, but this is an alright album, I guess. I listened to it. I don't really remember a whole lot about it. It was a while ago, but I enjoyed it. Next, Garbage version 2.0. I haven't listened to it yet. I do know the song I Think I'm Paranoid from Rock Band, which I do really enjoy. But a lot of this band's other music I do enjoy, so I should hopefully like that. Next is Thrice with The Illusion of Safety. A lot of these albums, it's funny, like, most of these albums I only knew like one track, and it was from either Rock Band or Guitar Hero, but I decided to buy them. With this one, it's the song Deadbolt from Guitar Hero 5, but the rest of the album is pretty damn solid. Some standard tracks. Actually, just listen to the whole album. I can't remember at the moment. But that was a pretty good album. Next is Incubus with Make Yourself. There's some pretty decent songs on here. Stellar and Drive are probably my favorites. Pardon Me, I think, is pretty good. It's been a while since I listened to these. I can't really remember. Animals as Leaders. What's this album called? The Joy of Motion. This is a pretty interesting band. They're like a progressive metal jazz fusion type of band, but they do all instrumental music. And this is quite an experience. I definitely recommend this for anyone who likes instrumental music or like jazz fusion or just progressive metal. Really good album. Next, Coheed and Cambria, No World for Tomorrow, also known as Good Apollo Volume 2. I found this at the pawn shop that I go to buy most of these CDs, and this was still in the frickin' plastic. It wasn't even like opened, which is ridiculous, and it was like $5. This is a pretty good album. The Running Free is the strongest track, I think. Yeah, I know it's like the main single and everything, but it's just a really good song. So I now have 2 Coheed albums, that and Good Apollo Volume 1. I do want to get more Coheed and Cambria albums. They're like one of my favorite bands, but they're pretty hard to find. I'm going to have to order most of their shit online, unfortunately. But next we have this. I'm not sure what this is actually. I haven't even looked at it. It says Nine Inch Nails Closer, so I guess it's the Closer single from the looks of it. There's like a shit ton of different versions of the song Closer, and a song called March of the Fuckheads. I don't know if that's supposed to be like March of the Pigs or something, but this was like $6 and it's 9 Inch Nails, so I bought it. I'll have to listen to that. Next we have Foo Fighters, Echoes, Silence, Patience and Grace. I believe it's from 2007. Pretty decent album. I just listened to this the other day. The Pretender is a big track. Let It Die is really good. Long Road to Ruin. There's an interesting instrumental called Ballad of the Beaconsfield Miners, which is pretty cool. But overall, this is a pretty good album. I have like every Foo Fighter album now except for the one with Learn to Fly. Whatever that one is, I can't remember. That's the last one I need. Next, we have this pretty awesome looking thing. This is Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, the 2015 remaster reissue. I love the packaging, it's really awesome. It's a 3-disc set. The main album is 2 discs, and then the third one's just a bunch of like alternate recordings. I almost have the whole Led Zeppelin discography now. I think I just need, or at least the main studio albums, I think I need Coda. Yeah, it's Coda, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Physical Graffiti, that's a pretty good album. Next, an album that I haven't listened to yet, and I feel like an idiot. I just haven't had the time. I'm going to try to sometime this week. It's Nightwish, their newest album, Endless Forms, Most Beautiful. First album with their new vocalist, Flora Jensen, I think her name is. I heard a lot of good things about this album. The final track, I think, is like 24 minutes long or something. It's supposed to be like one of their best songs. Definitely looking forward to this. They're a symphonic metal band with female vocals. Definitely recommend checking the band out. Next, please don't hate me for this. It's Avril Lavigne, Let It Go, or Let Go, I should say. Yeah. I don't really know what to say. I just bought this. I don't know. I guess I kind of like some of their songs. The only songs I know off this, I haven't listened to this yet. The only ones I know are Complicated, Skater Boy, I'm With You, and I think the first track, Losing Grip. That sounds familiar. I may have heard that. But, I don't know. Don't ask. I listen to a lot of weird shit. Next, Weezer, Green Album. One of their weaker albums, I guess, from what I've heard. I haven't actually listened to this yet. I know Hash Pipe and Island in the Sun. Hash Pipe is mediocre, and Island in the Sun is kind of annoying. So, that could be an interesting listen. Next, the album that completes my Perfect Circle discography, or main studio discography, 13th Step. I was so glad when I found this. This is the album with The Outsider, which is an amazing song from Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. The song Blue is really good, Weak and Powerless. The package, just a really good album. And a kind of related album, it's a Tool album, Enema. And this artwork is pretty fucking awesome, not gonna lie. It's like holographic. Haven't listened to this album. Should be an interesting listen. We're almost done, I promise. Next, Third Eye Blind, self-titled debut album. Really good album. Some good songs, Losing a Whole Year, Semi-Charmed Life, Jumper, Graduate. What was that other song that I liked? I think it was Burning Man or something. That's a pretty good album. Next, Ensiferum, One Man Army, their newest album. These guys are like some, I guess, folk metal band is the right genre. This is an alright album. I mean, I'm not too much into the genre. I do like the band Corpiglani. They're probably my favorite folk metal band, but I don't know, I just never could really get into these guys, but this album's pretty decent, I guess. And finally, the last 3 albums are all by the same band. A band that I've been getting into heavily quite lately. That would be Jane's Addiction. Nothing shocking. One of my favorite albums of all time. I found this used. I almost shit my pants. Really good album. Every track is like really good. If I had to pick my favorites, I would say Ocean Size, Ted Just Admit It, Standing in the Shower Thinking, Idiot's Rule, and Pigs and Zen. Definitely recommend this album. Definitely listen to it. I know a lot of people say they hate Perry Farrell's vocals. I honestly don't mind them. Maybe they've grown on me, I don't know. But, I don't know, I just like that album. It's definitely a really good guitar album. Good guitar work and bass work too. Next, kind of the uncensored artwork edition. Don't ban me from YouTube. It's Ritual D Lo Habitual by Jane's Addiction, their second album. Some good songs. Stop. Ain't No Right, Been Caught Stealing, 3 Days, and Then She Did. Good album. I don't like it as much as Nothing Shocking, but it's still really good. And this one, I believe this is Kettle Whistle. It's kind of like an EP. It says 15 tracks, including 4 new tracks. And there's like live versions, demos, and outtakes. The new tracks are alright. There's some demos of like Ocean Sighs and Mountain Song, Jane Says, the Jane Says is the live. It's an alright listen, I guess. The outtake of Been Caught Stealing is kind of funny. They kind of butchered the song, but whatever. And anyways, that's it for this edition. Sorry for taking so long, but there's quite a bit of CDs there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.